Hey yo guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? Today I'm going to go through the boxes that were at the top of the stairs, which I'm pretty sure a lot of this will be going in the garbage. I didn't realize what was in here, so at first I came across this box. Not sure exactly what's in it. Oh, it's stuff for the garage. It's a whole box of freaking clamps. You can never have enough clamps, especially when you're a bait maker. Clamps come up clutch. Next is, I got this book, which is pretty much obsolete. Learn Visual C 6.0. That's garbage. I'm gonna toss that off to the side. The Q-Mail Handbook. That's pretty much obsolete now too, because I don't even think Q-Map is used anymore, or Q-Mail is used anymore. Garbage. An anti-static bag. Why was I hanging on to that? I don't even know what the heck these are for. They look like legs for a computer stand or a tower. Garbage. A Battlefield 1942 disc. Doubt there's any servers for it. An Eiffel 65 Europop CD, probably the X's. Those boxes were there when she was there, so that's valid. And a blank CD because I can't see any markings on the past. Don't ask me why that's in there. No idea. A UT Starcom bag, also garbage. I'm just tossing the garbage over there. I'm gonna get a garbage bag after and fill it up. Found, oh my god, okay. No, this I want to keep. I found a Walmart photos. See, back in the day, any of my Gen Xers don't need this, but if anybody from the new generation is watching when they've been taking pictures with their cell phone, we'd have to take pictures with a camera loaded with film and then go to Walmart and get it developed. Wait 2 weeks to get the pictures back, and they came in a sleeve like this to see if the pictures turned out. Wow, how times have changed. So the first picture I opened up to was my old 1991 Ford Tempo. I put a Firebird spoiler on the back of it. I got it at the, I wish I wouldn't have done this because that would look better on the Firebird after ripping that GT wing off, but that was from like a 82 to 84, I want to say, Firebird. There was pictures of it getting painted. Me and my old car. You see that orange light in the front? That was my Generation 1 Knight Rider light, just above the license plate there. Yeah. Went rifle shooting with some friends. We were shooting, I don't even know what rifle that is. I'm thinking that was my buddy Pierre's Ruger 1030, I can't remember. Ruger Mini 30, that's what it was. And the problem is, like a lot of the pictures, you didn't know if you cut someone's head off if you had the shot. You literally were looking through a viewfinder, which is just like a straight through hole with a reticle on it, and you pulled the trigger and you hope that thing was dialed in, or otherwise you missed the shot. What else do we got in here? Remember when I used to have the red light at the top of the stairs? First generation LED bulb, that's what it was. That's garbage. Not sure what this is for. It's a piece of plastic. Man, I had some hoarding problems. I still do, but I did then too. Memory card for my, I want to say PlayStation 1, maybe 2? I don't know. Don't need it. Holy piss. Do you guys remember a technology called iOmega Zip? It was like a zip drive where you had these discs that were 100 megabytes in size. This was my backup cable that I used to bring with my laptop when I brought my portable drive with me. Power adapter for who the frig knows. 6 volts, 200 milliamp hours. Don't need it. A remote control for a Pioneer head unit. What do I got in the Trans Am? Is that Pioneer or Kenwood? I think that might be Kenwood. Could be Pioneer. I'm gonna hang on to this just in case it is Pioneer. That way there I got a remote for it. NES 4-score manual, so you can hook up 4 controllers to a Nintendo. An RC tank that probably no longer works. I'm just gonna throw that in the garbage. I don't need to keep that. Hoarding should not be hoarding. Living the good life. When I joined Good Life back in 2003. Wow, why am I? 2003. This was part of the deal when you signed on. They gave you this book. It explains the creator of Good Life. Glasses case. Now, the only time I ever wore glasses in the history of having to wear glasses was when I was really young. I was born with a lazy eye. Every once in a while, you probably notice this eye here will get lazy. I really got to focus to keep it straight. But they prescribed me glasses for them back then. But these were not the whose glasses are these? Do these even fit my face? I don't know whose glasses these are, but they're definitely not my prescription. Well, I don't even have a prescription. I don't even know. Garbage. Okay, so back in the day of computers, when we hooked up a hard drive, we used these. Not SATA. These were IDE cables. You see that red strip? That went to pin 1. Now what was nice about these things is I don't know if you can see that tab there, they were keyed so they could only fit in the drive one way. But prior to them adding that little key in there so you could only install it one way, they actually had it where you could put them in upside down and the drive just wouldn't work. Troubleshooting troubleshooting a computer hardware wise back in the day was a pain in the ass, because when you hooked up a drive, if you wanted to hook a secondary, I already threw that cable away. As you can see, this lead goes to the motherboard, and then these two here, one of them goes to a hard drive, the other one goes to a hard drive, or hard drive CD-ROM. On your actual device, you had jumpers, little basically a shorting block, and you would have to tell the drive, am I the primary or the secondary? Or back then, because we weren't so politically correct, the master or the slave. So if you were setting it as primary and you plugged it in here, it wouldn't work. Does this one have the crossover? No, it probably wouldn't care. This is a newer one. See, back in the day up here on this top bit, the wires, the first 2 wires were cut, or I think it was 6 wires in. It was split down the center and the wires twisted. So your 7 became your 8 and your 8 became your 7. And that's how it decided what was primary and what was secondary, or master and slave. Oh, here's a piece of legacy tech. It's the save button. It says recovery. The save button, also known as a floppy disk. People used to call these hard disks because they're not floppy. And they always called the 5 1/4 inch discs, which were the ones where you pull them out of the paper sleeve, plop them in, and go from there. Now, you could get these discs in 1.44 megabyte or 720 megabyte. And the only difference is the actual filament inside that you'd record to is double-sided on both ends. But if this hole right up here, this square hole, was missing, it would be a 720 kilobyte disc. To fix that, you take a hole punch and crank a hole through it, and you made yourself a 1.44 megabyte disc. Megabyte. Not gigabyte, not terabyte. Megabyte. That was massive back in the day. Doom would fit on 3 of these. Back in the days of CD burning, you can get these awesome CDs called CD rewritables. That's right. You could write them up to about 500 times. No, not even that. Probably 30 times. Does it say how many times on here? No, it doesn't. These things took longer to burn. You could usually your CD rewritable would be like, it'd be like a 16 times read, 4 times write, 2 times rewritable. And the platter on the bottom is a different color than the one I previously showed you. Do I have that disc kicking around somewhere? As you can see, they're 2 different colors. Can you even see that? Let me turn on the viewfinder. They're 2 different colors. This one here, the laser could reset it back to all zeros. This one here, once you burnt it, you're done. I don't even have any CDRWs or any, yeah, the Acer doesn't have one. Oh, this thing does. Oh, this thing has a Blu-ray. Oh, my editing computer has a Blu-ray burner. I never knew that. Holy crap. Back in the day of cell phones, a lot of us nerds like to clip them to our belt. This was a belt clip. The case itself would slide in here and click, and then you would just clip it onto your belt, and then you'd have your phone dangling off the side of your belt. We like doing that because it was the nerdy thing to do, and it was like flexing your nerd powers when you had a cell phone dangling off your belt, because people would be like, oh, that guy must be important. He's got a cell phone dangling off his belt. Nowadays, 4-year-olds have cell phones. Nobody's important. Probably dead, an old pen, garbage. Hey look, another memory card for the Sony PlayStation 1, maybe 2. Back in the day when you built a computer, unlike today's day, where you have a sound card built into your computer, we had to purchase a sound card. It was about 200 bucks. You also had to purchase speakers. This was the first set of speakers I ever did purchase. The Zoltrix ZX85 computer speaker system. These things were the cat's meow because they were not bad sounding. We had low standards back in those days. An extension cord that I do not dare use, a D-sub cable that is really low gauge and looks to be chewed on, an old credit card for the business that I ran that can go in the garbage after I cut it up, precision screwdriver, and a battery that has decided to shoot alkaline everywhere, an old RCA 2 headphone jack. That actually I might keep. Put that in the box of clamps. And the rest of this, I don't even know what the heck this is. Like, I should have done this a long time ago. I'm finally actually motivated, guys, to do some cleaning up. I found another credit card for the small business, so I'll chop those up. I don't know why I hung on to them, probably as momentum. The account's been closed since 2007. All right, I've got a bunch of garbage to put out. Like even the top of this box. Poofy went through it because he used to sleep on top of it and claw at it, and he ripped right through it. So that's all garbage. You know what, I think I got some garbage bags over here. See, the objective is, I mentioned it on yesterday's video with Scamper's cat tree, that I want to move it to where the boxes were. And then I'm going to secure it by ramming some screws right through the freaking floor. And it shouldn't go anywhere, because if it does, it's taking the floor with it. This is all garbage now, so I'm just going to try and pour it into this bag. I got an idea. This is an old Grandin toy box We haven't had Grandin Toy in this town in forever. They were an office supply store where if you're running like a small business, you could buy shit there. But they've been tits up forever. And then another business moved in there to try and do the same thing. And they just recently went tits up, and now the building's for sale. I know this because I talked to my realtor friend and gave her the keep your eyes open for any business spaces and let me know. And it's not for me, guys, it's actually for a friend. Coach is looking to move his operation, and rather than renting, because right now rentals in North Bay is ridiculous. Like, somebody in Toronto can rent a storefront on Yonge and pay like $2 a month before their property or before their electricity and all that. It's like $2 a month for the rental of the space. In North Bay right now, he was looking around, it's like this tiny little kiosk the size of a corner store. They want $4,500 a month, basically because they like to rip people off of it. So, all right, that box is empty. I'm gonna recycle that. I'm gonna get all this other shit in the garbage, and we'll grab the other box and see what's in that one. Alrighty guys, this next box, I already know what's inside of it. It says Nintendo on the side, because I'm pretty sure this is all Nintendo Power magazines. See, back in the 90s and 80s, or 90s, because that's when Nintendo came out, we didn't have anything cool like the internet. So you couldn't jump in a forum and be like, hey, I'm having a problem beating a certain area in Zelda. How do I do this? And then somebody goes, oh, just go and use this weapon or whatever. We didn't have that. But we did have Nintendo Power. And okay, I actually wrote Nintendo a letter back in the day, and this is pretty cool. Is there a date on this? March 12th, 1990, 3 days before my freaking like 11th birthday. My old address. Yeah, I asked him about a thing in Nintendo, Legend of Zelda. It's like, in the 7th level of Zelda, your first test will be to get the Goria Grumble Grumble. This means he's mighty hungry. I actually figured this out on my own without even asking them. Like, they actually wrote you back. Like, you'd write them and be like, hey, I'm having a problem with this game, and they would write you back and tell you exactly what to do. That is pretty cool. And this is just all the Nintendo magazines that I bought back in the day. I used to be a Nintendo Power subscriber. I don't even know what the heck this is for. Dragon Warrior Adventure Guide. That was a fun game for Nintendo. A bunch of Sega Genesis manuals and like just a bunch of shit. I almost want to hang on to this stuff because it's pretty legacy. Not like I could pass it down to my kids or anything, but the hell's this? A photocopy of the Dragon War. Oh yeah, because I bought it used. But like underneath here is all the Nintendo Power magazines and apparently some French stuff. There's all the Nintendo Power magazines, and like they always had a wicked cover. Here, let me see if I can pull one out. And the joy of trying to put it back in there. Like they always had this wicked cover, and it was just head to tails of like the different games coming out and showing you like the levels and all this really cool stuff. Guessing the cat peed on the box. Cat's always wrecking things, eh? But yeah, Nintendo Power, and every magazine came with a centerfold of like a poster for an upcoming game, and I used to take them out and put them on my wall in my room. And it got to the point where I ran out of walls. My room was literally wallpapered on Nintendo Power posters. Hey, I didn't have Playboy back then. Leave me alone. You guys want to see something amazing? Okay, the boxes are gone, right? Scampers, move. Wow, she's so lippy. That's what the box was. That's what the color of the carpet should be. You can see a line of fur. I got some cleaning to do. But my vacuum is pretty much shot. I think I have a dog brush in here. One of those wire brushes. Can't let Floor Pisser in here until she starts behaving better. I thought I had one of those green wire brushes way back, yes. These things work awesome for taking dog and cat fur off of carpets. It'd work even better if my cat would go downstairs and hang out on the exercise equipment, but like, okay, that's like really caked in there. Oh, I thought she went in the cat tree. She's so scared of that thing. But like my vacuum's broken. I was waiting for the Ryobi. I have a feeling they don't make it anymore, and that's why I can't get it at Home Depot. So I'm just gonna do this for a bit, clean up this area. Then we're gonna move this thing over. Oh yeah, I was in the garage and I was looking for the screw set that I have with the real big screws, and I found the bolt, or the nut, sorry, to go in the bottom of this thing. The GoPro mount I 3D printed, and it fits like a glove, so my measurements were bang on. Like literally I had to press it in, so it's not coming out. All right, I'm gonna clean this up and I'll be right back with you guys. Mic test. Alrighty, that looks a hell of a lot better. That's a lot of animal fur. That's a combination of Felix, Poofy, Oreo, and Scampers. The last one standing, Scampers. Guys, I don't know if Felix is still alive. I contemplated when I put down Oreo to contact my ex and be like, just to let her know that Oreo's with the rest. But then I was like, you know what? She didn't want the dog. She doesn't need to know about his well-beings or his current status. She really didn't care, so I didn't bother putting in the effort to track her down, figure out what her new name is because she's remarried or she's married or whatever. I could care less. All right, I'm just giving it one last pass here because at this angle I could still see some gray amongst the green. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I discovered a feature on YouTube when I go into my studio called the comment section. And you're probably saying, Adam, you've known about comments for a long time because you respond to them. But no, comment section I'm talking about is in YouTube Studio, there's a comments area and it shows you comments in chronological order. So it doesn't base it off the video. It just shows you comments as they're coming in off of videos. So like right now, this video that's blowing up and I don't know why, is this Conair hair cutting video. It started back in COVID, and it's about this thing here. It's a hair cutter that you basically just set it and rub it on your head and it cuts. And I shot that video back in like 2014 and it did nothing. And I'm guessing the reason why it blew up in 2020 was because COVID hit and barbers and stylists were all, you know, no longer working. So people had to figure out how to cut their own hair. There, that's what I'm looking for, these things. I went and checked in the garage, couldn't find them. Dope. Ram a couple of these through the platform, right into the ground. Shouldn't go anywhere. But, so anyway, back on topic. So I'm getting comments on that, and this will show comments from any video as they're coming in versus going to the recent video and seeing the comments for that specific video. I like doing this from time to time just to see what's getting traction, what people are liking. So far, it seems to be the simple videos that people are liking, like the Acer Netbook upgrade where I put an SSD and a memory card or extra RAM in it to see if I get more performance. Spoiler alert, you don't. The other one was the RAM and SSD upgrade on the Acer Nitro 50, the gaming computer. Those videos, for some reason, people are watching them and it's not that hard of a job, but I guess if you're intimidated by technology, it can be a hard job. If you're not sure what to do, if you're thinking, oh, okay, I gotta plug this in and do some settings in the BIOS and shit, when in fact it's just plug and play. The moment you attach it, Windows goes, hey, look, there's a drive here, and then you just gotta format it and you're ready to go. The formatting portion kind of sucks. I think I covered that in the video, but a lot of people were installing their drives and saying, hey, it shows up in the BIOS, but it doesn't show up in Windows. What's going on? And it's because it's just a raw partition. You got to make, or just a raw drive. You got to create a partition and then format it. And I cover that in the video. So another one that's getting a lot of traction is my how to turn off the screensaver on your Google TV and Android TV. It seems that tech stuff is getting a lot of traction. Fishing stuff, not so much. Probably because when I started this channel, I would do a lot of tech stuff. And then I kind of got into other different niches and I was starting to get into the fishing and all that fun, the outdoor stuff. So I kind of veered off. But I go into the comments to see what's going on. And there's one guy in there who literally on every video said, clean your house, clean your house. And I will admit, my house is a freaking mess. Like I got shit everywhere. Like this should be in the recycling. I should be taking these containers out. These are dip containers I bought from Walmart. Put them up here with the rest of my Tupperware. Not gonna show you the Tupperware. Ah, that's not too bad. I thought it was worse than this. You know, I should be putting this up here, taking this. This is recyclable, this is recyclable. Take these receipts from Canadian Tire, throw them in the garbage where they belong. I should 3D print a paper towel rack. Where could I put it? How could I mount it? I can mount it to the wall here, have it come out, and then just have the paper towel right there. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get on that. This bag can go away. You know, it's just, hear me out. I know it's not an excuse, but it's my excuse. The beginning of this year, holy shit, guys, it sucked, okay? Financially, everything was fine. It had nothing to do with finances. It had everything to do with knowing about Oreo. Like, January, he started having issues. You know, he started peeing in the house a lot more. February, he started doing the wet poops in the house and outside. He'd be outside pooping. His dementia was getting worse. He was forgetting who I was. I knew the time was getting close that I was gonna have to put him down. March, things are getting bad. April is when he had his first attack and I thought for sure I was putting him down. I fell into a lull of depression where I just didn't give a shit about anything. Didn't care about my house, didn't care about nothing. May, things were getting a little better. Oreo was in a better state and stuff. June, he started falling apart. End of June, he literally just downward spike, shut right down. Kidneys went into renal failure. He was shitting bleach. He was just not in a good state. I put him down. And in T-minus 7 days, it's officially been 30 days since he passed. Am I over it? No. Like, I miss that little bastard. Sure, he, you know, being a dog, you can't really do much unless you take him with you. So he kind of impeded things. But like, I still have his dog food down there. I still have this wet food here. There's a brand new unopened box of Caesar's wet food there. I don't know what to do with it. So the unopened, I might just bring it all to the North Bay Pound and be like, you know, I don't know what to do with this. If they take open dog food, cool. If they don't, then whatever. But like the Caesar stuff, it's unopened. They're all individually sealed cans. And that shit's kind of expensive. I went to Canadian Tire today before I started filming this video. Why did I go there? Oh yeah, I was looking at this rod. I was thinking about doing a fishing video on it. You guys may have heard of it. I'll get into that later. Anyway, I went to Canadian Tire and I went to the cat area because chatting with a bunch of people online about the cat tree. I showed them pictures. They're like, what does the cat think? And I'm like, she's petrified of it. And they all told me the same thing. Put catnip in it. If you put catnip in it, and then 2 people said there's a catnip spray that you spray on the carpet of the tree and it'll drive the cat to investigate. So I ended up buying that. And Chutch, you guys remember Chutch from the old Grand Theft Auto days, he suggested the spray or the powder by Petco, and Canadian Tire sells Petco products. So I bought the Petco spray, and I also bought her, you know what, why am I even talking about this? The bag's upstairs with the shit in it. Let's just go upstairs, grab the bag, I'll show you what I got her. But yeah, like even this room's a mess, so I need to clean up this room too. For myself, I bought some VMCs and some swim bait jigs because I haven't gotten around to molding my own. Next Saturday I'm going fishing with my buddy on his boat, so kind of need it for then. But I bought her this, I don't know, it's by Petco, cat toy with crinkle and catnip, and it's a fish. It might remind her of the time that her and Oreo tag teamed my dinner. Did I tell you guys that story? I saw it on the camera feed for the old D-Link, but I went ice fishing and caught a perch. I just kind of, every time I catch a fish ice fishing, I just throw it out of my friggin' shelter onto the ice and just let it freeze, and then I collect my catches afterward. Well, I get home and there's a frozen fish. Well, you can't really fillet them when they're frozen, right? Because it's like chopping through a frickin' brick. So I throw it in the sink and let it thaw out. And I think that night I was streaming Scum. So I start my live stream and all that, and all of a sudden I had to go for a piss, and I go downstairs and there's fish everywhere. Fish head on one side of the room, scales all over the place, fish everywhere. Scampers. I went and grabbed the security footage from iSpy, which was the program I was using back then. I look and you can see the fish flapping around in the sink. It came back to life after freezing on the ice. I cryogenically froze a fish. I did what science couldn't do. Unless they're doing it, then kudos. But I cryogenically froze a fish. It came back to life and it's flippy flapping in the freaking sink. Scampers jumps up on the counter, sees this thing, takes a swat. I guess her hook caught it right, or she hooked it or something. Anyway, she launches the fish out of the sink onto the ground, and her and Oreo went Office Space on it. Like, that fish became a printer and they were the Office Space employees. They destroyed my snack. So yeah, hopefully she'll like this little toy because it might remind her of the perch. I tried to find one with actually looked like a fish, and they had one there, but it was animatronic, and I've already seen how she reacted to the animatronic other toy. So this is just something she can pick up and throw and swat at. We'll see if she likes it. I think Joss said she buys these for her cats and they beat the shit out of them. And then I bought this Petco cat spray mist because it might do the job that I want it to do. So anyway, I'm gonna go and move that cat tray. I'm gonna go throw this at her and see what she does, because she might like this. Or she might not. Where's my meow face? Where's my meow face? Where is my meow face? Meow face? Meow face? What that? Oh my god, I gotta quit buying her stuff. She hates everything I buy her. I do not know my cat. She'll gradually play with it. Alright. Piss on this. Let's move that stupid cat tree and bolt her to the friggin' ground so that the cat can't topple it. Or me, because I outweigh the cat by 200 to 1. So let's go. There. Good luck knocking that thing over. She's on there. Bolted it to the floor right there and right there. I was gonna put one back here, but you know what? I don't see it going anywhere. It's like attached. So this is your new boxes to sleep on. And to make sure you're gonna sleep on it, we're gonna grab some of this Chooch and Woochin juice, and we're gonna give her a little squirt bod. What do you think about that, you little hoser? I don't know how much of this shit you're supposed to use, but Let's see what she does. There. She's never had catnip. Might have been a bad idea. They actually had raw catnip there, but as you saw, I put some on there because I found some of Felix's secret stash from I don't know when. I don't know if that stuff goes bad, but if it does, shit. But she's inspecting it. I didn't give her much time to inspect it, but excuse me, I like to get by now. Just want you to watch your tail. I'm gonna put this with the pet supplies. So yeah, I went through the boxes, cleaned everything out. Garbage is in the garage. As for those Nintendo Power Books, I don't know what to do with them. They're still in good condition. Not sure if there's any value in them. I'll have to look that up. I could sell them and make some scratch. That'd be sweet. Or I'll just get rid of them. One of the two. Anyway, that's gonna be pretty much it for today. But yeah, guys, I've been super depressed and I realize my house is a mess, which is why it's like Oreo's gone now. Changing things will change the energy in the room. So this makes it more like I'm decided to stay single forever because I bought a giant cat house for my cat. Whatever. I wonder if this guy on the bike can see it. Oh shit, it's a nice Nissan. Huh, didn't see that coming. Anyway guys, like I said, I've been super depressed, which is the other reason why I haven't been playing video games and stuff, because I just haven't been in the mood. So anyway, I'm gonna shut her down here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below the going on. Until next time guys, live it to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.